Hello everyone, this is Glenda and welcome back to Creative Grandma. Today we're going to be learning how to make this very quick and easy little crochet rose applique. This is one of the easiest ways to make a crochet rose that I think is out there. It's just a nice fun 2-row pattern, and then you just wrap the row around itself to create the petals and the little tiny crocheted rows. Now for this pattern, I really wasn't thinking when I made my samples. I was just thinking, okay, I need to make 3 samples. What are the most popular colors of roses out there? And usually it's red, yellow, or pink when you buy roses. So those are the colors I chose. Now this pattern is pattern number CF-2, and I'm hoping to bring more crocheted flowers out, so when you want to find an applique for a project, you can find some nice resource patterns here for those appliques. All 3 of these samples were made with Red Heart Super Saver number 4 medium weight yarn, and I used a size H8 5mm crochet hook. Now when you use the 4 medium weight yarn with that size crochet hook, your rose should measure about 2 3/4 inches. So that's about how big your rose is. Now if you want it a little bigger, you can jump your hook size up. So the bigger your hook, the bigger your rose will be. So that's the measurement. And for today, I'm going to be making the yellow rose. I'm going to be using Red Heart Super Saver in color number 324 bright yellow for that beautiful bright yellow rose. So the link for this pattern will be in my description box. You can just click that link, go to the website, download the pattern, and then you can follow right along with me today if you wish. And that's an excellent way to learn how to read instructions. So grab whatever yarn you're going to use. If you're not using the 4 medium weight yarn, just use the hook size recommended on the yarn label that you'll be using today. I'll be back. I'm going to grab my yarn and my hook, and we'll get this project started. So I have my yarn attached to my hook, and I just tied a double knot. Now you can use whatever method you prefer. So we're going to begin with a chain 28. So I already have my loop on my hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through that loop. This creates your first chain. The loop on your hook does not count as a chain. So yarn over, pull through, that's 2. Yarn over, pull through, that's 3. Continue until you have a total of 28 chains, and I'll be back and we'll get row 1 started. I have my chain 28 made, and now we're going to begin row 1. For row 1, we're going to skip our first chain. We're going to insert our hook into that second chain from hook, and we're going to work a single crochet. Now we're going to start our repeat. It's a very simple repeat. So the repeat starts here. We're going to chain 1. We're going to skip that next chain, and we're going to work a single crochet into the next chain. Insert into that next chain, yarn over, pull through that chain, yarn over, and pull through the hook. You just made your single crochet, and that is the end of the repeat. So let's repeat it again. We're going to chain 1. This is the start of the repeat. You're going to skip the next chain, insert your hook into the next chain, and work a single crochet. That's the end of the repeat. I'll show you one more time. Chain 1, skip the next chain, insert your hook into the next chain, and work a single crochet. That's the end of the repeat. So go ahead and repeat across. You're going to chain 1, skip the next chain, and single crochet into the next. So work that across to the end of the row, and I will meet you at the end of row 1. I'm over at the end of row 1, and this is what your work should look like. You should start with a single crochet. You should have a chain 1, skip the next chain, and a single crochet. Chain 1, skip the chain below, single crochet in the next chain. You work that across, and you should have ended with a single crochet into that last chain. To begin row 2, we're going to start and we're going to chain 2. yarn over, pull through, that's 1, yarn over, pull through, that's 2. We're going to turn our work. We're going to skip this beginning single crochet and we're going to work 4 half double crochet into this next chain 1 space. So yarn over the hook, insert into that beginning chain 1 space, work a half double crochet. Yarn over, insert into that same beginning chain 1 space, yarn over, pull back through that space, you have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. You just made a half double crochet. Yarn over, insert into that same beginning chain 1 space and work a half double crochet, that's 3. Yarn over, insert into that same beginning chain 1 space, work a half double crochet, and that's 4. You're going to pull those stitches back, you're going to look for that next single crochet, and you're going to slip stitch into that next single crochet. Insert your hook into that next single crochet, yarn over, pull back through that stitch, and pull through the loop on your hook. We're going to work 5 half double crochet into this next chain 1 space, yarn over, insert into that next chain 1 space, and work a half double crochet. That's 1. Yarn over, insert into that same chain 1 space, work a half double crochet, and that's 2. Yarn over, insert into that same chain 1 space, work a half double crochet, that's 3. Yarn over, insert into that same chain 1 space, work a half double crochet, that's 4. Yarn over, insert into that same chain 1 space, work a half double crochet, and that's 5. So now we're getting ready to start our first repeat. So our first repeat will be, we're going to pull those petals back and really tug. You need to be able to see that next single crochet stitch, and it does get buried because we're putting so many stitches into that chain 1 space. So our repeat will be slip stitch into the next single crochet and 5 double crochet into that next chain 1 space, and we're going to do that a total of 5 times across. So let's begin. Insert your hook into that next single crochet and slip stitch. Yarn over, pull through that stitch, and pull through the loop on your hook. We're going to work 5 double crochet into this next chain 1 space. Yarn over, insert into that chain 1 space, and work a double crochet. That's 1. Yarn over, insert into that same chain 1 space, yarn over, bring it back through that chain 1 space, yarn over, pull it through 2 loops, yarn over and pull through 2 loops. That's your second double crochet. Yarn over, insert into the chain 1 space and work a double crochet. That's 3. Yarn over, insert into that same chain 1 space, work a double crochet, and that's 4. Yarn over, insert into that same chain 1 space, work a double crochet, and that's 5. That is the end of your repeat. You need to repeat that 4 more times across. You're going to begin here, you're going to pull those stitches back, you're going to expose that next single crochet, you will slip stitch into that single crochet and work 5 double crochet into this next chain 1 space. Repeat that 4 more times across. I'll meet you when you get your 4 repeats finished. I just finished my repeat. Now your work will start to curl. That's normal. It's supposed to do that. So you should have a total of 2 petals that you made that we started with the half double crochet, and then 5 petals, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with the double crochet. So a total of 7 petals you made so far. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So now we're going to do our last repeat, and it's made in the same manner. We're just using different stitches. You're going to pull those petals back, and our repeat starts here. You're going to insert your hook into that next single crochet and slip stitch. Yarn over, pull through that single crochet and pull through the loop on your hook. We're going to work 5 triple crochet into this next chain 1 space. Yarn over the hook twice, insert into that next chain 1 space, yarn over, pull back through that space. You have 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops. You just made your first triple crochet. Yarn over twice, insert into that same chain 1 space and work a triple crochet. That's 2. Yarn over twice, insert into that same chain 1 space, work a triple crochet. That's 3. Yarn over twice, insert into the same chain 1 space, work a triple crochet. That's 4. Yarn over twice, insert into the same chain 1 space, and work a triple crochet. And that is 5. That is the end of the repeat. So you're going to go ahead and pull those stitches back, and you're going to start the repeat again. You're going to slip stitch into that next single crochet, and then you're going to work 5 triple crochet into that next chain 1 space. Repeat that across your chain and work your 5 triple crochet into that last chain 1 space. And I will meet you when you get your last petal made and show you how to end the row. I'm over at the end of row 2. I did my last triple crochet petal, and we have 1 single crochet remaining, so just pull those stitches back so you can see that stitch nice and clear. You're just going to go right underneath the top 2 strands of yarn of that stitch, and you're going to slip stitch. Yarn over, pull through that last single crochet and through the loop on your hook. Now you want to fasten off, but you want to leave a nice long length for sewing. So let me grab my scissors here. I'm going to fasten off my work. So now we're getting ready to form the rows. Now this is where we fastened off. So before we start anything, let's get our yarn threaded onto our needle. So let's thread that leftover sewing length onto our needle. I'll just set that down. And then I'm going to pick up my work. I'm going back to the end of row 2 where we fastened off, and I'm just going to take my fingers and go back to the beginning of the row. We want to start with the half double crochet petals. We're going to take the first petal and lay it on top of the second petal, right sides together, and then we're going to turn our work upside down. Get this little end out of the way. So this is the right side of my work will be facing you, and then this is the bottom of that foundation chain, and we're just going to wrap our row around itself, and we're just going to keep wrapping it in a circle, trying to keep the bottom of this lined up with the bottom that we're wrapping, and just keep wrapping. And the more you do, if it comes into shape, just make sure that your petals are not twisted. Make sure that it's smooth and it's all going flat. Make sure it's flat, and you just keep wrapping. I'm going to just keep that right side facing, and you can see how it just automatically wants to curl around itself, and it creates a little spiral on the back. So that's what it should look like. Now I'm going to take my yarn needle. It's already threaded, ready to go. So here is where our thread is. We're just going to bring our thread up, and we're going to come down at the bottom of that petal, and then you want to go through each layer. You can see the layers. Here's how it spirals around. You want to go clear to that center. and then bring your needle up through your center. Now don't pull on this real tight. You just want to make sure you clip all those stitches. And then you're going to go back and you're just going to keep sewing through all the layers. Now if you pull too tight, you know, it won't look right. Just keep a nice even tension. And then you're going to take your needle back up to that outer ridge, and you want to go through that ridge. You want to go through that next ridge of that where you wrapped it the second time, and back into the beginning where you started. And we're just going to keep doing that all the way around our rows. And we're just securing through all those layers of that spiral to make sure they're all connected. But don't pull too tight. You just want to make sure you don't want to pull tight. Whoops, wrong one. You don't want to pull tight, but you don't want it real loose like this, you know, like that either. You just want it nice and snug. Come back out, make sure you get the outer ring, go through the inner ring, and then go clear into the center. There should be about 3 spirals, and you want to make sure that you go in through all 3. Again, you're coming out to that outer spiral, the last one that you wrapped, in through the center, and then right into the middle. Out to the outside, in through that second layer, and then right into that center core of your flower. I'm just going to keep working that around till I think it's nice and secure. I'm back at the beginning. So then what I like to do is where this little part is where we started, I like to take that and I just like to tie a nice knot. Sometimes I like to tie a double knot. And then you can weave this short end in, and then do not fasten off your long sewing length. You will use that to attach it to whatever that you want to make. So that's our little rose. I think it's just such a nice, easy way to make a little flower. Let me take I'm going to clip my end off. Now don't clip your ends until you attach it. That makes it so much easier when you have that sewing length on there. So these are the 3 little roses I made. It's just an excellent way that you can add appliques to your crochet projects if you don't like to crochet the rose in the middle and you would rather crochet just a straight block, or you crochet a hat and you want to add these later. It makes it so much easier. Thank you everyone for stopping by and crocheting along with me today. This pattern is CF-2 for crocheted flower. This is the second flower pattern I brought you. I'm starting a series where I'm trying to bring some crocheted flowers to you, and this is an excellent way to add some beautiful accent touches to your crochet work. So thank you again everyone. Please make sure you hit that like button, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please think about hitting that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the crochet fun here on Creative Grandma. Happy crocheting everyone!